You've been communicating since you were born, crying to get attention, pointing when you couldn't say the words, and smiling when something felt good. But here's the thing, no one ever really teaches you how to actually communicate. Not in school, not at work, and definitely not in everyday life. Yet, communication is everything. It's how people understand who you are, it's how you build relationships, open doors, and actually earn trust. And when it's not working, well, you feel overlooked, misunderstood, and stuck in the position you are right now. So in this video, we're breaking it down. What communication actually is, why most people struggle with it, how it evolved, and how you can start building the kind of communication that actually moves people and you're comfortable and confident with. If this kind of content resonates, hit subscribe, and also there's a link in my description you should definitely check out. Let's get into it. Humans started communicating long before language, through facial expressions and shared activities. Then language emerged to help with survival and cooperation. Storytelling, persuasion, and sharing ideas became key ways to influence each other. With writing came permanence, later the printing press, the telegraph, the phone, the radio, and the television. And now we live in an era of instant digital messages and video. The speed and reach of communication grew, but its core purpose has always stayed the same: to connect and influence other people. In the past, we had more time to learn, we had more time to observe and respond. Today's messages need to land fast, otherwise you're ignored, misunderstood, or forgotten in seconds. And that's why we're taught to handle hooks in 30 seconds or less, even 10 seconds or even 5 seconds or less. Look at any video meeting, interview, or conversation. You rarely get a second chance to make an impression. If your message doesn't register normally or isn't clear, it's easy to get dismissed without even realizing it. In today's world, people don't remember facts, they remember feelings. And that's why communication matters more now than ever, because this isn't just sharing ideas, it's shaping how others actually see you. Most people think communication is about being talkative, being articulate, saying the right thing, and always saying the most, but that's only a piece of the puzzle. Real communication is about taking the idea, your thought, emotion in your head, and translating them into something other people will actually understand, listen to, and connect with. That includes your words, yes, but also how you say them. The tone, the pacing, the pauses, and even more than that, how you show up when you speak. So your actual presence, your body language, and your energy. When all those things line up, when your intention matches your delivery, that's when people actually listen to you and will remember you. We're living in a time where people are constantly overwhelmed with noise. So notifications, short-form content, distractions every few seconds. So when you speak, you only get a tiny window to actually land your message. And here's the actual kicker. You can be the smartest person in the room, but if your delivery doesn't land, people won't remember what you said, and they won't remember you. In a job interview or a date, pitching a client, even just introducing yourself, it's not about how many words you use, it's about the clarity and confidence behind them. That's why communication, real effective communication, is a complete power skill, the only skill that you need to learn right now. Take Steve Jobs, for example. He wasn't necessarily celebrated for his tech skill. He became legendary because he learned how to communicate. He crafted stories, simplified complex ideas, used silence for impact, and rehearsed relentlessly. He opened presentations by giving people a reason to actually listen. He structured his talks around 3 core ideas, and every sentence served a purpose. And that clarity helped launch products that changed industries and the world. And business leaders know this. Harvard Business Review found that the world's most effective leaders don't just talk, they don't just utter words. They mastered the art of communication in writings, presentations, and everyday conversation in order to actually influence and persuade people. So there are really 4 core pieces of real communication. Let's break them down. First, we have structure. If your thoughts don't have shape, people will get lost and you will absolutely lose yourself. And that's why tools like the PrEP framework, where you start with a point, give a reason, share an example, and then wrap it up with your point again, are so incredibly powerful. They not only guide the listener through your message, but they guide you as well. They help you structure your thoughts before you even start talking. And then second comes your voice. And this is more than just how you sound. It's how you use your tone, volume, pace, and silence to actually deliver your message in a way that will land, resonate, and influence other people. And then comes the third one, your body language. You can say all the right words, but if your shoulders are tense, your eyes are darting, or you're shrinking into yourself, people feel that. They reflect a bad confidence, reflect a very unsure individual, so you have to stand tall and be confident in the way you communicate. Otherwise, people won't respect you. And fourth comes your mindset, probably the most important one, because let's be honest, communication isn't just a technique, it's a reflection of how you see yourself. Talking about body language, when you shrink into yourself, that is a reflection of how you see yourself. Very unconfident and unsure in your message. If you don't believe your voice matters, you will hold back. If you're constantly second guessing what to say, you will ramble or freeze. And that's why building communication skills has to start from the inside. You have to overcome your own fears in order to become a powerful communicator. And that's really where most people get stuck. They assume communication is something you're either born good at or not. And if they do try to improve, they focus on tactics in isolation. A tip here, a quote there, maybe a book on public speaking or a video on how to communicate better. But real growth comes from seeing the whole picture. So actually looking at your structure, your voice, your presence, and your actual mindset and building them together. Because it's not about speaking better, it's about feeling better when you speak. Because when you do, you will look so much more confident and sure in your message. So, if you ever walked away from a conversation thinking, I didn't really say what I thought, or why did I ramble like that, or even I wish I sounded more confident. Well, you're not broken, you just haven't trained this one skill yet. You need to start paying attention to how you communicate now. So when do you feel the most clear, most yourself, and when do things fall apart? That awareness, without any judgment, is where everything starts. When you find that out, that is when you can actually begin your journey on growth. And if you want to go deeper and stop letting overthinking and nervousness or disconnection hold you back, I can actually help. Book a free call with me where we will identify what's getting in your way and map out a communication plan that actually fits you. Via the link down below, spots are limited because I'm having a bonus right now. So if this resonates, you should definitely book a call. And if you want more tools and frameworks and real-world strategies to make your communication feel easier and in control, subscribe to the channel. This is where we turn your voice into something you can actually trust. See you in the next video. Bye bye.